5-2 was the Guardians' win last night. If you listen to us on iHeartRadio from outside Ohio, tell me where. Ann is one of our bureau chiefs in Pittsburgh. Nick and Cora listening Golden Valley, Arizona. Christian is a bureau chief in Killeen, Texas. Colleen's in Santa Fe, New Mexico. We have a lot of bureau chiefs in the greater Albuquerque metropolitan area. We have Brian, we have Lori, we have Wally, we have Ken, and now we have Rick, who was a bureau chief in Denver. Again, I do always appreciate when the bureau chiefs take a couple of seconds out to inform me of their relocation. Certainly not required, but I do appreciate it. I like to keep the list as current as possible. Is Rick the guy who came out here and we took pictures with him in the lobby with his family or something?
I think it was.
Right?
Yeah, I think that I remember that.
Anyway, Rick writes me that he is no longer in Denver. He and the family have moved to Albuquerque. Because I don't know if he's like the president of a rugby team or something. So he asked if I could move him on the map from Denver to Albuquerque, which of course I'm happy to do. And so I'm always happy to update people. He said, P.S. I was driving the other day and you played the clip of your daughter asking about penises and buttholes. My daughter is 2 weeks younger than yours, and now she says that about a dozen times a day and laughs every single time.
Why were you talking about beer holes and penises on the radio, Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Daddy?
That's when she asks my wife a question. That's from a few years ago, obviously. She's older than that now, but that's when she'll ask my wife a question, and Gwen will say, go ask your dad. Why are you asking me? You know, not to be mean, but she's trying to make a point to me, and I say, honey, I can't amend what I do. This is an adult show.
It's called giving the people what they want.
Come on. This is not a children's show. Anybody who's ever had a complaint on behalf of a youngin' who might have heard something, I tell them the same thing. Yeah. This is not for children.
It's for adults that think like children.
Of course. I'm in a business that rewards immaturity.
Why were you talking about beer holes and penises on the radio, Daddy?
So thank you, Rick, for getting me hip to, speaking of Albuquerque, we're just about done with Better Call Saul. You guys don't watch that, do you?
Nope. I watched the first couple seasons, and then I just...
You bailed?
It's not that I bailed, I just didn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a show that I want to finish. And now that it's going to end soon. So
I think the series finale is this coming Monday. Yeah, they're down to... And the last... Boy, they're crawling there, too. This past weekend was the one where Walter White and Jesse Pinkman finally show up. Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul finally show up in a flashback. But these last handful of episodes, boy, have really been crawling to the finale. There's a woman in Alabama who got popped for meth, and they went to pick her up because she failed to appear in court. And the mugshot is her crying, wearing a Walter White T-shirt. It's always good to broadcast what you're doing out there. I'm such a fan of meth, I'm going to get myself a Heisenberg T-shirt to let everybody know what I'm into. And it's like a seafoam green, too, which makes me think that can't be a standard issue T-shirt she bought. She probably had that made in a color she liked with a photo that she found compelling. So here's a woman crying. Misty Mays is her name. She's 50. And they scooped her up on Sunday night because she didn't show up in court on a meth rap. And, when you can tell somebody in their mugshot's been crying. Mm-hmm. Which, listen, it's already stressful enough, I imagine, going through that kind of court proceedings or whatever. And here you are crying.
Can't help it.
Don't like to see that. Some people look psychotic in their mugshots, and I'm not sure which I like more. The people who are grinning from ear to ear, or the people who it's finally dawned on them what their life has become, or is becoming, and they're, at least visually, they look kind of penitent about it. So anyway, they have her in a seafoam green Bryan Cranston Walter White T-shirt. It's a photo. What I like the most about them showing up again, and this was not exactly a secret. You know, everybody who watches Better Call Saul was waiting for the moment when when Bob Odenkirk's character's path would cross with the guys from Breaking Bad. And all you have to do with Bryan Cranston, shave his head, give him the goatee. Fine. Aaron Paul looks visibly much older than he did on Breaking Bad, whereas Bryan Cranston kind of looks the same.
Oh, so they didn't use like old footage? And
No. They had him come in and do scenes. There were flashback scenes with Bob. And again, I'm sure Odenkirk looks older than he did. I haven't gone.
Like 10 years ago? It's been a while.
I was going to say, he's been playing that character for a long time. Yeah. Gwen got me into Breaking Bad, I think, when we were still in Chicago. So it's been on. These characters have been on TV for a long time. So for those of you who are in the greater Albuquerque area, I've never been. I'd like to go. Well, my grandmother used to live in New Mexico, but never made it to Albuquerque. But Rick's there, and
did a comedy club there a long time ago. Went to a strip club afterwards. It was a good time for.
Was it called Indigenous
comedian.
Laughs?
It was. Yes, that's what it was called. I think it was just called Laughs.
Mm-hmm. Was it called Chief Yahoo?
No, Laughs was the name of the strip club.
Oh. Come on down to Laughs. We got the prettiest women in the whole ABQ. All right. Will there be an Alan Cox Show comedy tour anytime soon? Define soon.
5 years.
The
next 5 years.
I think in the next. Well, I don't know that I'm here for the next 5 years.
When's your contract up?
2 more years. I'm halfway through my contract. In the next 2 years, will there be an Alan Cox Show comedy tour? I would certainly love to do it again.
Dibs.
Tell you what. I'll say this right here, and I don't want to show my hand. You and Bill, both on it.
Look at that, Bill.
You can
what a
afford
good day.
it. We've had quite a glow up since the last Alan Cox Show comedy tour, so we'll see. My people will talk to your people.
Please do. Give them my info.
We'll see if we can work something out.
There you go.
I don't have any people, but I would like $50,000.
Listen, you want to go on vacation and have a patio. I understand.
That's how you do it.
There you go.
Got to be a hard negotiator.
Listen, I've got some people in my back pocket that I can call. You know, I will go right to an Eric Cribley. Don't you even think twice about it. I don't even know if that guy's still alive, let alone doing comedy. But okay,
he's definitely not doing comedy anymore.
Okay, well, it was good while it lasted.
He was on the same year I was.
Yeah, of course he was. That's how I knew you'd get the joke. Nevertheless, yeah. I would love to do that again. I mean, pre-pandemic, they were coming at me like they wanted to do it at the Romo Fijo, and I'm like, let's calm down here.
We could sell it out.
Let's calm down.
What do they say? Know your audience. I think we have enough pull to sell out the Romo Fijo.
Know your audience.
We'll just do that thing where they put the curtains up in Loudville.
Yes.
So that takes out a couple hundred.
We'll do a
couple hundred.
Yeah. We'll do an eighth of a house sales thing for...
We'll put the stage in the center.
We'll just do it in the locker room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, screw it.
So yes, I would very much like to do that. It's going to be Mary, Bill, Whitney Cummings, perfect, Nikki Glazer, Anthony Jeselnik, Jordan Klepper, because I know his mom. I don't even know if he does stand up. And it's going to be Roy Wood Jr.
Nah, he's booked. We have to get his dad.
It's going to be Roy Wood Sr., who has passed away. It's going to be...
Not if we have an Alexa.
That's true.
There's a lot of recordings of his voice.
The Dead Dads of Comedy Tour.
Hey!
It'll be my dad, your dad, Roy Wood Jr.'s dad, all on Alexas.
Hello, this is your father speaking from the Alexa.
Was your dad funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you remember the shirt?
Yeah.
Fat people are harder to catch. What was it?
He had two that he liked to wear to our outings.
Yeah.
One was fat people are hard to kidnap.
Yeah.
And the other one was I beat anorexia.
Right.
Both in size 6X.
Well, that's how you can't say I beat anorexia and just have it in XL.
Right.
They go, oh, you recently beat it. Mm-hmm. This way they go, oh, you beat it a long time ago.
Yeah.
He put it in the grave.
Yes.
It's in remission.
Yes. You beat
great.
the hell out of anorexia.
Yeah. My dad was very funny. He was super sarcastic, but he was a funny dude. Was your dad funny?
He was. He was super, super dry. My dad was not
cool.
like, he was like quiet, dry. So if he said something, you were like, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Because it comes so infrequently, that adds to why it's funny.
Right.
Yeah. So let me note here, the Dead Dads of Comedy Tour. Scribble, 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 writing. Okay, got it.
Alexas.
A lot of Alexas.
See if we'll sponsor it.
Yeah.
Can Alexa
Brought to you by
sponsor
Alexa. I got some sperm news. Anybody want sperm news?
Sperm news!
Finally, the FDA has approved the first condom specifically intended for anal sex.
Yes.
There you go, Cody.
Finally. 100% effective at preventing pregnancy, I assume. That's good news for all of us.
Age of the butt babies.
Boy, you thought the clerks at Walgreens were freaking out over condoms before. Mm-hmm. My beliefs, so they have approved. I don't know what it's called, the rectum protectum, or I don't know what it's called. But the one male condom, OMC, you'll remember their big hit, If You Leave. It'll be first permitted to use a safe and effective use label. See, this comes hot on the heels of everybody going, hey, we don't have enough monkeypox vaccine because it doesn't only affect gay men, but right now it's largely affecting gay men. So they go, we don't have enough monkeypox vaccine. Somebody's got to be working on the anal sex condom. And here comes somebody. Now you're asking yourself, Alan, why can't just a regular one suffice? Or suffice, to use Poundcake's parlance.
Or suffix, as a junior.
Sure. Yes. Anal condom junior. Mm-hmm. It's a rat B-side, I think. Different from the hundreds of other condoms on the market in that it's the first for reducing sexually transmitted infections during anal sex. So,
that's nifty.
You know, I don't know how soon these are going to be available over the counter. And boy, if you thought this could really be a clash of the titans here. On the one hand, you're going to have those Walgreens clerks who can't sell you condoms at all because of their beliefs. And on the other side, you're going to have people who, they were really embarrassed before to buy regular condoms. These...
Yeah, and then you walk up there with a pack of Charmins.
There you go. Do you have these in Magnum?
I have a question about so they say I can't sell you this based on my religious beliefs. What if it was like you, who's married? You just like condoms.
What do you mean?
Like, what part of the
Me
religious...
or the royal you?
You, Alan Cox, who is a married man who just prefers using condoms.
Their religious belief is that you should never use contraception.
Oh, right. It's because they want babies. They want the world covered in babies that no one wants.
I was thinking it was a premarital sex thing.
No.
It's a baby thing.
It's a baby thing.
If you have sex, it's to procreate. You should only do it within the confines of marriage.
That's boring.
Yeah, well, these are pretty boring people.
It's sex for purpose? Come on.
Because it's not... I don't even know if they enjoy sex because they probably feel icky. The fact that, like, the more enjoyable the sex is, the worse they feel.
No, that's the big lie. That's the big hypocrisy. Is conservative people are wildin'. Oh my God, come on.
No,
Rules for thee, not for me.
That's why they send pictures of people's wives. Like, hey, check her out. Want to take her for a spin?
Literally. Poor Mrs. Alex Jones. All of the other indignities she's had to suffer being married to this chilly amnesiac.
But she knew who he was.
And then, well, yeah, get it, but... Then you go, listen, man, I was on board with faking the dead kids, but now you're sending Roger Stone naked pictures of me?
What'd he say?
I'm sorry. Did he Photoshop an ascot around my neck? There have been over 300 condoms approved for use with vaginal sex. There has never been one approved based on scooting around the back.
Dude.
And they note that the risk of STIs is significantly higher. So that's why they're like, we figured that maybe... Now, I don't know what the differences are. This doesn't get into a whole lot of... This doesn't go deep, if you will, what I read on what the differences are. But
in the condom itself?
Yeah, they're available in standard, thin, and fitted versions, which I think is really smart because I talk to friends of mine who buy their condoms off the rack. And I go, no. You got to get these tailored, right? Like I know everybody kind of varies in their sizes and they're kind of, there's just little intricacies. You got to get them fitted.
Well, I was just worried that it would have the snapback thing like a hat.
Nope.
That's how you fit it.
Nope.
One size fits all, but you just got to put the buttons in the right way.
Nope. You don't want to do that. You don't want a snapback condom. I mean, you want to be a booster. You want to root for your team.
I mean, it does look good, though.
Right. The bill is what hits the spot.
But do you keep it flat or broke to the left or bend it?
Bent, yeah.
Okay, you want to do that.
Rubber band around it.
Well, they did try that for a while, but they were like woolen condoms they thought were really not...
but
the fitted version is available, by the way, in 54 different sizes.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know how the hell you determine. I guess you got to go home, get naked, get the tailor tape. Yeah, figure it out.
It's like a bra. When you order a bra online, they have the whole size chart there. You measure yourself at the thickest part of the breast.
Sure.
Now, I feel like I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to toss it up to the group just because I want to know if I'm wrong. How many STDs can you get from doing mouth stuff?
8.
Well, herpes.
Okay, but is that the only one that you're at like a great risk of getting?
No, I mean you can get like a lot of the ones that are like you can get chlamydia.
Well,
your
that's
in
mouth?
your mouth, in your throat. Yeah.
Well, that's what they need to work on. We don't need anal condoms. We need mouth condoms because there's
Those exist, dental dams.
I know, but no one's gonna make that look cool. Like they need a really good marketing team to make that look cool. Because I remember back in the day when I was starting my stuff, I'm like, should I break out a condom? And dude was like, I don't even want to do it anymore. I'm like, what? You could get STDs from the mouth. We're
they've ramped up. I had my annual physical a couple of days ago, and they've ramped up vaccinating people for hepatitis B. And I don't know why. I guess maybe anything that might compromise your liver, they want to get around that. But I mean, like Bill said, chlamydia, HIV, all that
HIV from the mouth stuff, can you?
Of course you can.
If you have
oral
a cut
sex,
in your mouth, right?
Yeah, but that's how you get any of them.
Okay.
Yeah, of course you can. Lice, right?
Crabs of the mouth?
You can get them all. Your oral stuff. Yeah. All the hepatitis, all the heps. Super gonorrhea, like the kind that they have in Alaska, probably.
That shows you how great sex actually is, because why would you risk
No, it shows you how careless a lot of people can be. Everybody, it's no shock sex is great.
Thanks, boomers. Said thanks, boomers. There weren't STDs before you and all your Woodstocks.
That's right.
Free love.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys ruined it for everybody.
And your overseas hookers.
Ugh. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because the mouth condoms, like I don't even think
I didn't know they made mouth condoms.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know one person that has ever used one. And this is coming from
you'd choke.
A bunch of gays.
It's a dental dam. These are used. They're put over the receiver, and then you do what you got to do. You don't put it on your tongue. Yeah. You cover like the place that you're going to be working. Yeah, that's right.
I used a female condom once with a lady.
Yeah.
In your mouth?
No, it was like it's basically like it goes inside her, and it's not good.
No, it's not.
It's really...
It goes inside.
Wouldn't it shorten the depth?
Yep.
Like you can't go in as far.
The lengths
like you're hitting a wall.
The lengths that they have tried to go to get to make women bear the brunt of contraception, and guys are like, "This sucks. I don't want it." It's like, oh, come on,
it sucks.
Grow up, Alan. That condom should be called "Sodomy and You." Well, right to them.
Sodomighty grip.
Sodomighty touch.
Grip was fine.
Okay.
he had to try to one up you.
It's okay.
All right.
I know who he is.
Okay. I'm glad you know me, so I'm free to be myself.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm going to take a break here. I will have Guar tickets for you. You're not going to get anything in your mouth at a Guar show. They're going to play the House of Blues on September the 15th.